Greetings, Yabaseo, Mengalaba, Ni Hao, Sewadi, Sin Shao. Today I'm going to be talking about something I speak a lot about, is vibratory fields and your levels of your vibrations from birth, and how our vibration levels rise and fall according to our traumas or lack of traumas. So today I will be presenting this piece here. Basically, what this is these are the vibratory fields. This here is what we call our base in the center. We were born at birth. In the center here of our vibratory scale, here is very, very low vibration. Very low vibration here. We got medium vibration, high vibration on the top. And you can see as we go up the scale, it tightens up and it gets faster on the top. Okay, so when you're born here at this base in the middle. And here's our register where we go up and down. So you're born here, and either you suffer traumas and you fall and you descend, or you are enlightened and you ascend. For most of us, we descend into energies, darker energies, that are not favorable for to be a kind, compassionate person. So the first part I'm going to get into here, as I speak about dealing with lower sexual vibrations. And what does that mean? What does lower sexual vibrations mean? Lower sexual vibrations means our will, what it does and what it seeks. It can be if you're down here, or it can be up here. If you've been traumatized, of course, it's probably going to be down here in the lower areas. But what we want to do is stay away from these lower vibrations here, and we want to keep our will away from these lower vibrations here, because down here is when you get into perversion, you get into lying, cheating, stealing. You become a burden on other people down here. Yep. So the first part we're going to talk about is sexual vibration, sexual energies. And this what this whole piece today is about part one is about taking control of these energies and bringing your vibration up to higher levels, or at least to a base level where you can find very joyful life and content life here at a base level. Okay, so the first part what we're going to get into is from birth. From birth here, we're going to say here's your birth. And from birth till age 7 is the center point here. Is our line again, our baseline again, same as this baseline here. So our vibration feels high. Here's base, and here's low again. Okay, so from birth, all children, it's known by Native Americans that all children walk in the spirit world. They're not full human beings. They are not a full human being until the age of 7. Okay. Now what this is here is this is the visual light spectrum of us. When we get past age 7, our visual light spectrum, our color range, from on the other side of this arrow would be gamma, delta rays, and down here would be radio waves. So, but when you're a child, before the age of 7, you walk in the spirit world. You're not a full human being. So your spectrum is elongated. It's wider than a person that's over the age of 7. So hence you have children that see grandparents and people that aren't alive, and children see into the spirit world. It's well known that, especially for Native Americans and other cultures that are very indigenous and spiritual. So children are allowed to see, they have this elongated visual spectrum, light spectrum that goes down beyond into alpha rays, gamma radio waves. So they're allowed to see things that we cannot see. But at age 7, all that stops. At age 7, the mind becomes to a point where, as you become adult, just about at age 7, is the point where anything before age 7 is more in a dream world and cannot be depended on to be a part of your life as truth and fact. So for most human beings, about the age of 7 is when they start taking all their memory as certainty and as fact, and it's not as dream or made up, but was a real events that occurred. Before the age of 7, it's kind of like a foggy area for most kids. It's hard to take those memories before age 7 and then, rely on those logically and put some sound credentials to those. So that's another part of that. So we get into, again, when you're born here at birth, you have this base here, and either you have traumas that you've accumulated that bring you down, your vibrational levels, right? So if you can get past your lower primal sexual energies here and ego here, which is just below base. Here's base. It's just below base. Is tough. When you get below, at the lowest part of base, then you have demonic negative energy and attachments that can get into this field here. They can't get into this vibrational field because it's too high of a vibration. Definitely can't get into this field because it's way too high a vibration for them to match into. Demonic energies and dark energies are down here in this low wave form, very low wave form. So they can't intrude a mindset that's up in here. It's too hard for them. Okay, so once you get past all your traumas and you get back into your base levels here, you will get to becoming an awakened being working with the spirit world and divination. The last part when you get to with the children. With the children again, another thing is about the elongated spectrum. Cats also have this elongated spectrum here. So cats are known to be caretakers of children because they will protect children from things that we can't see in our limited spectrum. We can't see it. If there's some kind of an entity or an unknown, whether it be an ET, some kind of cryptid, any kind of dark energy or anything, it would be able to be seen in the cat's vision. So that's why at the age of 7 and below, you want to keep a cat in your home because cats will protect your kids from things that we can't see down here in the spectrum beyond our vision. Okay. All right, so once we heal our traumas, we get up here into being an awakened being. We become balanced. We are in touch with Source. We are in control of our emotions. We have positive energy. definitely have control of our response. Divination. Divination is the knowledge of future and unknown by supernatural means. So basically is what you're doing is you're looking for information that you may not find within texts or ancient knowledge. You might have to go outside human understandings to find the unknown or the supernatural means to get this information. So then we get to the highest point up here. We're vibrating very, very high here. We got a cosmic consciousness. We're very Zen. What they call a Christ consciousness, or what we call a Buddha consciousness here at this level. So down here would be Buddhistapha, because you are on your way to becoming Buddha here, or Christ consciousness here, or cosmic avatar, or another type of being. If you notice that, you will see a pyramid here. And so all ascension occurs within this pyramid, and all awakened beings will gather at this top point. They won't gather here or over here. They will gather at the highest point of this vibrational scale, which is here. So you will find the highest awakening beings. And then on the opposite scale down here, you'll find beings that are very negative. People that steal, that lie, that cheat, that seek to harm others, that use others. So in our life, we need to understand where we are on this scale of energy and how we move forward and upwards. The last part I want to talk about is, all this here. According to Western psychology, they would call all this here absurdity, and that religious belief in demons only makes it worse for those that are suffering from mental disorders, delusions, schizophrenia. And I would like to say that Western psychology is right, but I'd also like to say that spirituality and connection to Source is also right. And you'll find out through history, if you look back and you look at all the great quarrels between men and different sides of the fence, you will find that each side of the fence ultimately has a center point where they align. So Western psychology is right to a point that this is taken to religion can take this demonic spirituality to a point that it's just not healthy. It's not grounded. But then also, Western religion messes up big time by saying things like, ETs don't exist. Ghosts and paranormal things don't exist. When, the government just admitted that ETs do exist. They admitted a few months ago. So now all Western psychology got to go back to the Diagnostic Statistic Manual, DMS, what's 5 now, and rewrite it, because aliens do exist. So they've been medicating people, telling them that aliens don't exist and Bigfoots don't exist when they do. So Western psychology has been wrong for a long time, and medicating. Big Pharma has been creating zombies, basically, out of good human beings. So I would say they are both wrong and they are both right. If you go back and look to everything, you will find this is true. They are both wrong and they are both right. Now, let's also talk about this flip of this coin. Also, is about religion and paganism. Which is better? Which is a better way to find joy? Because that's all we're looking for is joy and balance and control of our emotional responses. That's what we're looking for in life. Just this level here. So, religion is partially right, and paganism is partially right. And I want to tell you that in quantum physics, there was a long discussion, and this goes for all of history. There was a long discussion where it was particles or waves, and it comes out that they were both right. It's actually a membrane made up of both particle and waves to complete the membrane. So I would say that to a point, Western psychology is correct in their understanding of human behavior, cognitive understanding. But I'll also say that spirituality is correct. There are unseen entities outside of our visual spectrum that are around us and that are interacting with us. Okay, so when I speak about lower primal sexual energies, you understand that within those energies and the will being in this vibrational level that the ego and narcissism and vengeance takes place. And below that, if you get below that, you get an attachment. Vengeance will occur. It will be acted upon at this level. Here it would be thought about, but it will not be acted upon. And here it will be acted upon. It gets low enough level. So as you seek to be balanced and free of twisted thoughts and in control of your inner self and happy within and being able to spread joy to others, you will get past repairing your inner traumas and get up to your baseline, become awakened, study the spirit world, study the religious world, study the cosmic world, study the scientific world, study the paranormal world, the cryptid world. Study the nature of everything and be a joyful person. Okay? Last part to get into again, I forgot it, Miss On, but age 7, before a child becomes a full human being, from age 7, this is a time when dark entities, or we call known as demons or spirits or negative attachments, will try and find a child that it thinks will do the most damage to others throughout that child's lifetime. So demons will personally pick certain children that they know will influence others as they get older, whether it be through sexuality or perversion or through greed and a shame. So remember to, if you're going to have children, to keep a cat in your house, and that if a child at the age of 7 continues to see spirits, hear voices. Western psychology is going to tell you that they're suffering from schizophrenia. And what I'm going to tell you, that's not true. What the child's having, to a point, yes, it could be. So it's going to take a well-tuned person that works both in the spirit world and this world of Western psychology to take this child and determine if the child is actually having a spiritual communication or the child is having a mental disorder. There's a big difference between a mental disorder, a chemical imbalance, and a spiritual contact from the other side. So this is something that has to be brought into teaching, Western teaching. It's something that's very old and understood in Asian cultures, but not so much in the Western culture. Thank you for listening. I hope you learned something from this. I will be taking a vow of silence in 2 more days here. I'll be doing another 2 more videos before this. So for 4 weeks I will be silent. And namaste. You have a good, safe 4 weeks. Please be safe. Please practice being clean. Please be kind to others. Yes. Please be balanced. Please, please, please. Namaste.